Quebec is a unique and vibrant place that's chock full of outdoor adventure and cultural charm. On the southern end of the province, along the Ottawa River, the Outaouais region is full of countless adventures to be had. Here, you'll find an incredible network of lakes, rivers, and quaint villages, along with one of the best whitewater runs on the planet. Further north, bordering the St. Lawrence River, the Charlevoix region of Quebec boasts some of the most dramatic landscapes to be found east of the Rockies. It is a wild and wonderful place that features a variety of world-class backcountry trails, breathtaking mountain trails, thundering whitewater, and early season snowstorms. This week on Epic Trails, we're exploring Charlevoix and Outaouais.
I'm Eric Hansen. When I see a trail, I see more than a path from point A to point B. A good trail is the ultimate opportunity to explore, to discover new landscapes, and to challenge myself. When I don't have a pack on my back, I'm thinking about my next big adventure, because my mission is simple. My mission is to discover the world's most epic trails.
Although Charlevoix shares the small, charming towns and relaxed country life that's found throughout the province of Quebec, I've heard the region boast some of the most dramatic countryside in eastern North America. With the fall colors popping and a cool, wintry chill in the air, I'm kicking things off with the backcountry adventure.
I'm setting off for an overnight. Going to be climbing to the top of Monte Morio. And it's one of the popular summits to do around here. I'm dressed all bundled up. It's been super cold. The temperature has been plummeting over the last few days. And there's actually supposed to be maybe even snow in the forecast. And this is really the first bit of adventure I've been able to get out and do here in the Charlevoix region. And so I'm definitely looking forward to getting up to the summit, posting up at the top and seeing what we can see. Definitely looks slippery. Damn. I think I'm lost. I'm not really sure which way to go. Rope. Thank you for the assistance. It has officially started snowing on us. I am very hopeful that it is just a passing cell. I'm hoping it'll just move on through and that we'll still get a great sunset. But I'm definitely concerned that we might be getting an early snowstorm here in Charlevoix. We'll see. So just looking for a place to put a tent or two. Been a bit of an adventure today. As you can tell, it's snowing pretty heavily. I guess fall is setting in here in Canada. Cheers, guys. It's been fun. Well, last night was pretty rough with the weather. The winds were violent and it was cold. But you know what? Getting to wake up on top of a mountain like this and see the sunrise over a fresh dusting of snow, this is a damn good payoff.
Last night's snow was just a glimpse of the things to come in the wintry months ahead. But with the snow gone before I even get down the mountain, I'm surprised to hear there's some dog mushing to be done in the area. So I meet up with Alex Levin, who has used a little creativity to make dog mushing a year-round activity in the Charlevoix region.
We moved here in Baie-Saint-Paul 2 years ago because much more activity, much more tourists, so much more work for them. And since they are working dogs, if you can make them work all year long, they're happy.
Yeah.
There's some rest moments, but the more they work, the more they find the real essence of their identity, and which is work.
Yeah.
And also hug.
I love. Hey there, pretty lady. I just met up with Alex, and he runs a dog mushing company. Basically, he has a kennel full of lots of huskies and beautiful dogs. And today we are going out. It's not winter yet, but it's coming. We're gonna head out and actually get on the trail and roll around on these as we're being pulled by these mushing dogs. So it's gonna be a fun time. I've never done this before. That's it's a long way from anything I've ever done. So I just got introduced to a bunch of the dogs and to Alex, and we're gonna be heading out shortly and actually getting the dogs leashed up and on their harnesses, and we're gonna have a fun day of learning how to mush.
Epic Trails is brought to you by Bonjour Quebec, Dermatone. Feel the rush, not the burn. And don't forget to join our online community on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Gino! La bête! Come on, Gino! Aha, Gino! Where Gino? Where Gino? Oh, Gino! Ah, Gino! Yeah, mon Gino. Gino, Gino.
So you want me to give you like 3 seconds once you go?
No,
Just go right with you.
just go right with me.
Okay?
Allez, Sky! Hop là! Hop là!
All
Allez!
right, Gino, here we go, baby! Yeah, let's boogie! Good job, Gino, good job, Gino! Run like the wind, Gino! Yoo-hoo! Woo! Yee-hee! Woo-hoo! Run, Gino! So Alex and I just ran with the dogs for about 10 kilometers as they were pulling the scooters. They basically just did 10 kilometers like it was nothing. It was such a wild experience. I loved it. Just running behind the dogs, it's like you're working as well, you are working as a team, and just flowing with the dogs. Sometimes they want to go in the front, sometimes they want to go in the back. It was really cool. I felt like I got to bond a bit with Gino. So they're working dogs, they're not pets, and that was just seeing them in their environment, seeing the dogs go do their thing. I loved it. Yeah, I think Gino was thirsty. She kept trying to like grab some water off the road. It was crazy. She'd be like running and coming across a puddle and just scooping it up as we were running. That was such a cool experience. Just being on there, like there's no motors or anything. It's just silence. You just hear the dogs panting and just flying out there.
We were prepared, not cold.
Yeah, no, it's perfect.
Ready for it.
Perfect environment.
The dogs are not even tired.
Yeah, I think they're ready for the winter season.
Yeah.
After a wild and fluffy day with my new best friend Gino, I'm looking forward to exploring more of the rugged and beautiful landscape that Charlevoix is known for. So I'm meeting up with Laurence Besson, a local backpacker who knows the trails here as well as anyone.
So we're currently on the Acropole des Draveurs Trail
Oh yeah?
in the Haute Gorge de la Rivière Malbaie National Park in the Charlevoix region. And as you may have noticed, this is a pretty steep trail.
Yeah, it's
but
going up.
The view at the top will be a great reward for all the effort.
So it'll be worth it.
Oh yes, definitely.
Perfect.
Wait for it.
Although there are a number of trails in the park to choose from, the Acropole des Draveurs trail that we're on is the most physically challenging because it involves hiking up more than 2,500 vertical feet. In fact, this park is known for having some of the highest rock walls east of the Rockies.
Just started getting into the snow. It's been very cold. The temperature's been dropping. Looky here, beautiful winter wonderland ahead of us.
here.
We're here?
Yay!
Wow.
So
This is a hell of a viewpoint.
yeah, it was worth it.
Yeah, this is amazing up here. That is pretty vertical.
So yeah, that's where we were just before.
We have come up a long way.
Yeah.
This is crazy. I don't think, I know that I, coming into this, didn't know how vertical Quebec might be, but there's actually a lot of big upended rock here. This is spectacular. Yeah, thanks for bringing me here. This is so cool.
Yeah, thank you for coming, for
Spectacular
joining
place.
me.
Yeah.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting to encounter these kinds of dramatic landscapes in Quebec.
Yeah.
But surprises are one of the most beautiful things about travel. As I stand on top of the Acropole des Draveurs Trail, I'm humbled and inspired by the beauty, and thankful for the opportunity to discover the magic of Quebec's Charlevoix region. Epic Trails is brought to you by Bonjour Quebec, Dermatone. Feel the rush, not the burn. And don't forget to join our online community on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. Only a few hours from Montreal and minutes from Canada's capital city of Ottawa, the Outaouais region of Quebec is an outdoor playground connected by a wide variety of charming small towns. It's the kind of place you can visit without a singular purpose, because there's so much to do and explore in the area. And that includes the unbelievable bakeries, which I found to be a perfect place to hang out while waiting for the rain to pass and the cool fall temperatures to rise. Now, with a belly full of coffee and more than a few sugar pies, it's time to start exploring.
So I'm in the Canuck Nature Area. It's 65,000 acres of land that is set aside as conservation land. There's also an opportunity to spend the night in these private chalets on the lake, where I got to be in a place called Rough Cabin, which was anything but rough. It was actually quite plush. And came to this mountaintop where there's this really cool old lookout cabin. Yeah, this is just a really cool place to finally get up above everything. Everything's so dense with the forest in general. It's hard to get some of these views.
That was a cool experience. It's cold up there. It's really windy, and you're pretty exposed, and everything's just kind of shaking a little bit. But it's a really unique vantage point. So cool up there.
Chilled from the climb to the lookout, and with the weather deteriorating, I decided to cut my hike short and explore the inside of a barrel sauna instead. A little random? Sure. But when someone offers you the opportunity to enjoy a private sauna that floats on a lake, you don't pass it up. Of course, there is one requirement though. If you're gonna sauna by a lake, no matter how chilly it is outside, you've gotta go for a dip. Water is a way of life in Quebec, and canoeing in particular has played an enormous role in the Outaouais region. It was a fundamental means of transportation for the land's indigenous population, and a key vehicle for trade. Nowadays, canoeing opens up an unbelievable number of opportunities for adventure along the countless rivers and lakes. And so, if you don't go canoeing in Quebec, did you really even go there? On this cold and windy fall day, my canoeing mission is to reach a small island with a backcountry yurt. I can't lie, today's conditions were a bit challenging for someone with my limited experience, and paddling a canoe solo is making it that much tougher. The progress is slow, but fortunately, all the little islands provide cover from the waves and the wind. At last, Worn out and a little beat down, I find my home for the night.
Today's been kind of a long and a bit rough of a day. Super windy, rainy all day. Managing the canoe out in the water was really actually quite challenging. I don't have a ton of experience at it, so it's all pretty new. So I felt like I was just swirling around in the wind, and as the currents are pushing you around, it was hard. Got in later than I expected to the yurt. It's pretty much dark now. Was able to pull ashore just right before the sun was going down. And with all the clouds and the rain, it's just really dark out. So thankful for this space, thankful for this little wood stove, and for the heat that this is putting off. Eager for cooking a little food up over this and getting some sleep here.
Epic Trails is brought to you by Dermatone. Feel the rush, not the burn. Bonjour, Quebec. And don't forget to join our online community on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Well, I'm drinking in the last bit of warmth today because I'm going to be freezing cold all day. I just met up with some friends of mine who actually are in the area here. I'm at Momentum Rafting, and we're going to be spending the day on the Ottawa River, which is one of the world-class rivers. Big white water. It's going to be exciting. It's spicy. Might flip a boat. Going to go through some big rapids, and I'm super excited about it. But it's late fall, and today is ice cold, so it's going to be a challenge for sure. Looking forward to it.
So Rafting Momentum is based on the Pontiac region, the Outaouais region in Quebec province, in the little village of Bryson. The Momentum Rafting is all about rafting on the Ottawa River. We offer the full day of rafting with 2 meals and camping. Also, it's all included in the package.
Definitely ready for this. I'm very excited to go rafting. I've done a fair bit of rafting in the Grand Canyon, but outside of that, not a ton of experience. This should be fun. The main concern for me today is how cold it is. It's gonna be my personal goal to make sure that Sierra goes in the water as much as possible. An old dear friend of mine who happens to be in the area that I'm linking up with to go rafting with, so it should be fun. Got a good old wall of water straight to the face. You know, classic whitewater stuff. It's the best being in the front of the boat. You get to see everything. You also take the brunt of the water in the cold. Feeling pretty good.
One of the cool things about the Ottawa River is that there's so many places where we can surf. As we saw today, the boat went very high from the end of the boat, and this is all highlights and people that like to live those moments. We surf there. Sometimes we can get surf that lasts for 30 seconds, and they're all easy to enter and easy to go back. So the Ottawa River is very special about those surfing places.
It's one of those times where sometimes you gotta clock into work, you know? No, it was cold. It's actually really exhilarating. You actually get underwater, you feel that you're being moved along. So it's a cool experience. But this water, it's cold. Not like summer.
The Ottawa River, what is so enjoyable about it also is that you get the 2 channels, but the river's changing all year, and there's so many waves and rapids. and all those got different calibers depending on the water level. And since on the Outaouais River you always have water, so we like the lower level and we love also the high level. So there's always a great option on the Outaouais River.
You've been on this river for how long?
10 years?
10 years. And you don't have any stories?
Not that are appropriate for television.
If you can't tell from the smile that's plastered on my face, the Ottawa River is as wild as promised. And not only does it mark the end of my trip in the Outaouais region, but it ends my month of adventures here in Quebec. Truth be told, I can't think of a better send-off. The color, the culture, and the adventure. It's been one hell of a ride.
Well, guys, that's it. That's the end of the show. We finished our rafting just now. As you can tell, it's damn dark out. And it's been a full-on day. We've been pushing it to the 11th hour here. I fly home tomorrow. It's been an amazing shoot. But yeah, this was an experience. Some awesome whitewater here on the Ottawa. It's world class. This was really low water. And I think I might have to come back when the water's higher and some of those wave trains are surging even more. Thanks so much. See you later. I'm done.